Larry Rice grew up with a double love, sports and broadcasting. His sister Shirley recalls a low-level basketball hoop on the farm where young Larry spent endless hours shooting baskets while broadcasting imaginary games at the same time. He had his eye on sports, maybe coaching, when a high school English teacher, Mary Kurtz, entered him in a state speech contest where he won high honors in radio broadcasting. Then, this perceptive teacher arranged with Maryville, Missouri radio station KNIM to carry a weekly school report, and she gave Larry the announcing job. Thoughts of coaching began to fade for Larry as he worked part-time for the Maryville station while attending Northwest Missouri State College. That job became full-time, but Larry soon moved to KFEQ Radio and TV at St. Joseph. He held down a DJ shift on the radio side and became the weatherman on the TV side. Early-day veterans of TV weather will share Larry's recollections of those days long before electronic graphics. He remembers drawing cold fronts and snowflakes on a piece of glass, but also remembers those days as the fun days, especially his appearances as Cousin Elmo, a local TV personality. However, his radio skills and that voice soon caught the attention of Kansas City broadcasters, and he was lured away to KBKC in that city for another shot at DJ work. Larry loved being close to big-time sports in Kansas City, and he and his wife Linda grew fond of the city's cultural opportunities. But he wanted to own his own station, and he wanted to raise his family, 2 boys and 2 girls, in a smaller community. He has a philosophy about small-town radio, which has motivated him for most of his 30 years in broadcasting. Radio in a small community, says Larry Rice, is like a conduit. Life flows right through it. You bring it in and put it on the air, and it flows out and flows right back in again. His opportunity came when Gil Poese asked Larry to join him in ownership of KBRX AM in O'Neill, Nebraska. Larry and Linda left Kansas City's bright lights and Major League sports behind, and Missouri lost top broadcaster Larry Rice to the Cornhusker State. Nebraska soon began taking note of that new guy from Missouri. During his 10 years at O'Neill, Larry Rice began to demonstrate his strong belief in localism as the heart of small market radio. Competing with the proliferation of radio and television options available to most listeners, Larry focused his programming on what the others didn't offer. You have to have something, he noted, that people can't get otherwise. But some news stories have great local impact no matter where they occur. Larry still remembers ripping the first bulletins from the wire machine when John Kennedy was assassinated as the biggest news story he saw developing. Meanwhile, he began looking for other opportunities in local radio, another station. It was then he learned that the folks in Ainsworth would like to have a radio station. That opportunity appealed to Larry Rice, and the news station went on the air in 1968 with Larry at the controls. Still later, in 1979, he became co-owner of KSDZ-FM in Gordon. But Ainsworth has been home base for Larry and his family since 1968, and the station celebrates its 25th anniversary next month. Here is Larry reporting live from City Hall.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Good evening, everyone, from the Ainsworth City Hall, where tonight's meeting on school reorganization is going to be held, and Mayor Sid Salzman will have the microphone first of all.
There. It's nice to see such a large attendance tonight with as many things that are going on. Before we start this meeting, we want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for furnishing the microphones and for Dude Daniels setting them up, which, believe me, was quite a job. I could have done it, but he came in and helped us. We did appreciate it. And for Larry Rice broadcasting this tonight, because we know there are a lot of people who can't be here.
Indeed, in a feature story on Larry and his station, the Ainsworth Star-Journal called him an Ainsworth institution. Ainsworth Mayor Sid Salzman agrees.
Larry has always made his station available for public service at no cost. This has included fund drives for public and private causes, school activities, and city functions. He constantly is seeking ways to improve the well-being of the citizens of this area. He has a unique blend of humor and seriousness in his broadcasting and has made the public respond to these public appeals. Larry, in addition to the duties of his business, has always been willing to serve on state and local civic boards too numerous to mention. Ainsworth and the surrounding area is a better place to live because of Larry Rice, and we are proud of his efforts that are being recognized by his peers. Congratulations, Larry, on a job well done, and we're looking forward to many more years of the Rice influence in Ainsworth.
That reputation for community leadership has spread well beyond the boundaries of Ainsworth. Last fall, Larry Rice was inducted as a member of the Nebraska Diplomats by Governor Nelson and Diplomat President Don Anderson. The award is for promoting Nebraska's business climate. Larry has also served on the Travel and Tourism Advisory Board and was a member of the statewide Celebrate Nebraska Committee in 1988. Former Governor Kay Orr named Larry Rice as a recipient of the Governor's Business Achievement Award, and in 1987, Governor Orr commissioned Larry as an admiral in the Nebraska Navy. Since then, he has been among those protecting our shores with his activity in the statewide Society of Admirals. In 1990, Larry Rice concentrated his public service activity on the needs of Nebraska broadcasters, serving as president of the Nebraska Broadcasters Association. Larry says he could not accomplish such a wide variety of outside activities without the help of his most valuable aide, his wife Linda. Among other things, he says Linda is his designated driver on his many trips across the state. She drives while he reads or does paperwork. And how does he do all this and still run a radio station? Larry credits his staff for a lot of it, but there is no doubt that he is a hands-on broadcaster himself. A typical workday for Larry Rice includes 5 hours a day on the air, regular sales calls, evening coverage of a city council meeting, or doing play-by-play football, basketball, or baseball. Larry covers as many as 75 events a year, but he returns to his childhood love when he's doing sports. That's not work, he says. That's frosting on the cake. Well, let's listen to Larry frost his cake.
Ainsworth Bulldogs will take over. First down and 10. Where did they mark the football? Near the 20, let's call it the 23-yard line. Ainsworth, their own 23. First down and 10 for the Dogs to get us started here. Steve Dodd and company will bring them up at the 23. Wide receiver right side of the field. Give goes up the middle. Ball carriers Hall. Hall still on his feet at the 35. He's up to the 36-yard line. Hall on a great carry. Straight ahead to the 36. A pickup of about 13 yards and a first down and 10 for the Ainsworth Bulldogs. They actually mark it up to the 37-yard line, so give him a gain of 14 yards on the carry. Hall, 14 yards and a first down and 10 on the very first play from scrimmage. Nothing fancy. Just hand it to the I-back, let him go up the middle, pick a hole, and he had some gigantic holes to run through on the Valentine defense.
Larry Rice, broadcaster, sportsman, civic and business leader, husband and father. It's frosting on our cake to welcome him this evening into the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame.